Welcome to the Ben and Bash Podcast Tag Team Talk.
I'm Ben.
I'm Bash. It's time to lace up your boots and hit the mat with the Ben and Bash Podcast Tag Team Talk.
All right, here we are for another one. We are going to be doing NXT Battleground. We got a lot of wrestling come on this weekend. I forgot which one we're doing today.
Yeah.
Because we're also going to be doing AEW Double or Nothing after this. So, kind of forgot which one we're doing right now. But yeah, we're going to be doing NXT Battleground. So, yeah, as always, predictions, what we think is going to happen, what we think is going to happen afterwards, storylines, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Okay, for the first match on the card, it's Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Culling. So, for this one, I'm not really sure, cause I don't know. Cause like I was trying to plan out all my stuff, cause a lot of these I don't know expect who to win. So I was trying to plan this out, but then I thought about it for a second. I don't know, but I probably have the Culling because they've been on a kind of a slump since Sean Spears lost to Ricky Saints.
Yeah, I can see that. So, who do you got winning?
The Culling.
You got the Colin winning?
Yep.
Just straight up?
Wait a minute. Actually, no, I'm picking Hank and taking Josh Briggs. I forgot they're the NXT champions.
But the belt's not on the line, though.
I know.
So, the belt's not on the line, so you don't have to actually. They don't have to lose. They're not going to lose their belts if they lose.
Yeah, I'm going to just go with Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs.
I got you. So, here's my thing. I'm going with the Colin because Josh Briggs is going to turn heel.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely. They've been hitting at it for a while. I'm not having. He's a better heel, anyways. He hadn't been able to do heel much in NXT, but independent scene, he's a way better heel than he is. He's a good heel. He's one of the because he's a big guy, and usually guys like that are better heels, anyways. Like Baron Corbin, those kind of guys are better heels, anyways, than they are faces. He's trying to be a face, and you see his friends are always leaving him, so that's giving him that's a good way to turn him heel, not because he wants to turn heel, but because his friends all leave him. So why do I need friends now? I'm gonna do everything myself.
Yeah.
So I don't need any friends. See what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna turn on Hank and Tank, and cost them the match, and that way the Colin wins. Like I said, it's not gonna be fair, but that's what I'm going with. So I'm going with the Colin wins because Josh Briggs turns on him.
Mhm. So yep. Mhm. But yeah, I could yeah, you could tell over a couple of weeks that he might turn heel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're gonna pull it this on the Battleground because it's a premium live event too. So usually good things happen on NXT. NXT usually have good premium live events anyways. So I'm expecting something to happen on either this match or one of the other matches. Something's gonna happen. So I'm expecting at least this one's gonna probably have a good turning point on this one.
Yeah. But for the second match on the card, and my personal favorite match is gonna happen tonight. Tomorrow. Tony D'Angelo versus.
No, it's tonight. Huh? It's tonight.
Oh yeah, wait, it is.
Yeah.
NXT Battleground.
No, it's Saturday night. Sorry, yeah, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight's main event. You're right.
Tony D'Angelo versus Stacks. So for this one, Stacks just turned heel at the last paper. What was the last paper view?
That was the Stand and Deliver, wasn't it?
No.
For NXT.
No. Wait. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, NXT was Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they don't have as many as the main roster.
Mhm. Yeah, but I think that Stacks wins because um I think Stacks wins um because he just turned heel. I don't think he should lose that quickly, you know?
Yeah, that what you got. That's it.
I would have predicted like Luca Crucifino to turn.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. What happened to him in that desert?
Yeah.
We saw what they implied, but that don't mean that actually happened because it's been Stacks turned him.
Yeah.
Could be torturing him right now. Getting him to turn toward his side.
Yeah, I don't know. I might say that. I don't know. No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
So who are you going with?
Stacks.
So you going with Stacks?
Yep.
As much as I hate to go with it, I'm gonna have to go with Stacks as well. Just cause Stacks, like I said before, Stacks needs to win more because he just turned heel.
Mm-hmm.
You can't turn a guy heel like this, have a whole storyline built like this, and have him lose his first match
Yeah.
against Tony D'Angelo. Cause Tony D doesn't need this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this is leading to Tony D'Angelo going to the main roster here soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure this is what this is.
Unless he wins the NXT title first.
No, I think he's gonna. You think everybody needs to win the NXT title before they go to the main roster.
Yeah,
Everybody doesn't win it.
But some of the people who went straight from the North American title, like Dragon Lee, like people like that, like maybe you should put or at least give them more time,
Yeah.
Before they just push them up to the main.
But sometimes
roster.
they're that good though. They're that good. They just don't. Sometimes the main roster just don't use them the way they need to be used. Sometimes they don't have a. They don't have. It's because you got to think how many wrestlers on the main roster. It's so many, and you only got between both shows. You only got 2 shows. Yes, they're for right now. SmackDown is 3 hours. I think they're going back to 2 hours sometime this year. Not sure when.
Yeah, I'm glad of that because SmackDown feels like an eternity.
Yeah, but that's also going to take away an hour from the roster.
Yes.
So right now you got two shows and you got 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Most of that's gonna be storylines of the main wrestlers.
Yeah.
The Charlottes, Tiffany's, when Cody comes back, Roman Reigns when he comes back, Seth Rollins, all those guys. That's gonna be Becky Lynch. That's gonna be the main talking people right there. And then you have a few other people who get sprinkled in who might have a match here or there. So it's not much room for everybody. I mean, so yeah, there's people on the main roster who should be wrestling, but where do you put them at?
Yeah.
You almost need a third show. Mm-hmm. I mean, you almost need a third. I mean, you used to have main event. They don't come on anymore. I don't think.
Main event doesn't come on anymore.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it in a while, but I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So I don't know if it comes on or not. I need to look for it, but I don't think it comes on anymore. Not that I know of, anyways.
Main event was for like the people who just don't get on the shows and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't even think they have that anymore. But I mean, like Evolve is for the NXT guys who not on NXT.
Yeah.
So a lot of people going to Evolve who are on that show. So I get that. So WWE needs kind of another show, kind of like that, where you can kind of have guys kind of like a main roster, kind of like a main event.
Yeah.
They used to have like a Sunday Night Heat, which was like that.
They should have just kept main event, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like WWE had a show called Sunday Night Heat back in the day.
Oh yeah, I think I.
And that was kind of like a main event, but it came on regular TV.
Yeah.
Well, not regular TV, it came on USA, but that was a show that it came on, and they had some wrestlers who wasn't on Raw. Mm-hmm. Before SmackDown, it wasn't even SmackDown really yet. SmackDown was just getting started. So, but yeah. So Tony D is probably gonna go to the main roster eventually. So I'm gonna go with Stacks on this one. Mm-hmm. Winning this. Not sure how it's gonna go. I mean, kind of match is gonna be. I mean, I would have thought it would have been some kind of stipulation match.
Yeah, it should have been.
But I haven't seen anything like that. It's like it's just a regular match the way it seems. I mean, unless they change it, it looks like it's just a regular straight up match. Where they should have had some kind of stipulated crowbar match or something.
And it's weird that there's no stipulation on this match. I thought there's always like a ladder match.
That's what I'm saying. Like it should have been like a crowbar match or a trump match or something like that, where it should have been some kind of stipulation with this match because it's so much of a personal feud. Mm-hmm. But so I guess you're gonna get just a regular wrestling match and just see where it goes from there. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
But for the next match on the card, it's Ruca versus Kelani Jordan for the NXT North American Championship, women's. But for this one, I'm sure Ruca wins because she won the title pretty recently. Not really recently, but pretty recently for pay-per-views. The last pay-per-view, so I don't see someone just stripping the belt right off of her right after she won it at the last pay-per-view.
Yep. So you going for Ruca?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going for Soul Ruca too. I mean, she's one of my favorites in NXT right now, anyways. I mean, I like Kelani Jordan too, but Soul Ruca's one of my favorites right now, anyways. But it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, if you think the same way, it looks like they're kind of setting up a feud eventually between her and Zaria.
So Ruka?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely.
because I'm sure Zaria's not gonna want to take the back seat to Soul Ruca for too long.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been blocking her from defending her belt. Looks like she's been fighting all the challengers, hoping that okay, I'm beating all these people. I'm gonna get me a title shot since I'm beating all the challengers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask for a title shot. But now Kelani Jordan beat her because Saruka got involved, technically.
Yeah.
And that cost Zaria. So I wonder if Zaria is gonna not interfere in the match, but gonna wanna like after the match is over with.
That was the number one contender too, right?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, Kalani. It was the stipulation was if Kalani won, she would get to face Saruka at Battleground.
Yeah.
But if she lost, she didn't.
Okay.
So that was the stipulation. But what's the next? Do you know the next NXT Premier Live event?
Ooh, no,
I know Worlds Collide is another one, but that's not really an NXT.
Yeah, it's not really.
But after that, is it the one around SummerSlam? Heatwave, maybe. If they do, I don't know. They should do one around SummerSlam,
like the Summer Bash or something. That one pay per view. Remember?
Bash at the Beach.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but whatever the next Premier Live event is for NXT, Soul Ruca, I would think that Soul Ruca and Zaria would fight at that for the North American Championship.
Yeah.
Just cause that'd be that's a good rivalry that's kind of slow building.
Yeah.
You know.
And they could probably put on a really good match too.
Exactly. So I mean, it would be. I mean, yeah, Zaria's good. She's a good wrestler. I mean, a lot of people don't know about her because she spent a lot of time in Australia before she came over to America.
Yeah.
So unless you watched a lot of independent wrestling on like YouTube and stuff like that, you didn't really see much of her.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know much about her like they did Julia and Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace. Yeah. You know, they all came over together, but she was like the fourth one that people really didn't know much about unless you were really into the independent scene of wrestling. So, but yeah, I got Soul Ruca winning against Kelani Jordan. It should be a pretty good match. Both of them are pretty good wrestlers, you know. Both of them got pretty good trainers helping them as far as that goes.
Yeah, that's how you go see for them.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. You picked Soul Ruca, right? Okay.
You picked Soul Ruca too?
Yep.
Okay.
And for the next match on the card, it's Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA World Championship. And for this one, if you asked me a couple of days ago, I probably would have locked in Joe Hendry, no thought. But I honestly see Trick Williams winning. I don't know, but
the problem with that is, so here's my thing with that. Unless you finish though, here's my thing with that. This is the first time ever that TNA Championship or Men's Champion called Jordynne Grace. Did she defend her belt?
Yep, she did against Rock. Wait, no. Did Rox? Yeah, Roxanne Perez defended her belt against Jordynne Grace.
But Jordynne Grace didn't defend her belt though.
No, because Roxanne Perez won that match.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the first time a TNA, a non-WWE belt that I can remember is being defended on NXT or WTV in general.
Because they always defend the NXT title.
Exactly. So Trick Williams winning the TNA Championship gives the TNA belt, which is still a separate company. TNA isn't part of WWE. Yeah. They're still their own company. So
there's been rumors to WWE.
Yeah, but they haven't though. Yeah. So what I'm saying is as of right now, TNA is still a separate company. So like it's not like AAA where WWE bought AAA wrestling. Like they own AAA wrestling.
Yeah.
So those wrestlers can come to WWE and vice versa. But here's the thing: like if Trick Williams was to win, would TNA like having a non-TNA wrestler as their world champion? I mean, yes, they bring a lot of eyes and all that, but is that fair to TNA men's locker room? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna still think about that and let you finish your answer real quick.
Damn. What do I gotta answer first?
Because you already started.
Cause I always
I would just piggyback off what you said about Trick Williams.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I really don't. Cause like, cause I want to try to win, but I also want to like just throw out something and I might be right. So I'm gonna say Trick Williams.
I'm gonna say Trick Williams wins.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to see that, cause that would change the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Be the first time a non. I mean, I can't remember a time where somebody from a different company won a belt in another company and it wasn't part of that company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know like Stephanie Vaquer, she wrestled against Mercedes Monet, lost her belt, but it wasn't AEW belt. It was like a New Japan belt, I believe.
Yeah. Wait, Stephanie Vaquer?
Yeah, she wrestled before she came to WWE.
Oh.
Cause she lost the belt cause she was coming to WWE, so she had to lose all the belts. So she lost. She had a bunch of belts.
Yeah.
She had like 4 belts, 3 or 4 belts.
Yeah.
And she lost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I can't remember a time like that happening. So this would be history as far as I can remember. I mean, I had to look it up and see if it happened any in the past, but I can't remember a time where a non wrestler from another company won a belt in another company like that.
Yeah.
Like WCW. I can't remember somebody else outside WCW winning a WCW belt that wasn't in WCW.
Bret Hart?
He was in WCW.
Oh, he was.
He was signed to WCW. I'm saying somebody that's signed to that company. I mean, David Arquette won, but he was signed to WCW.
Yeah.
So I can't remember a time where like a non WCW wrestler won WCW title, or a non WWE wrestler won a WWE title, or TNA, or NWA, or AEW, or any of those type. I can't remember, or New Japan,
Yeah,
or
cause
any other independent scene. I can't remember a time where any of that happened.
yeah, I thought it happened, but then I thought about it when you just
it,
said it.
like it may have happened in independent wrestling, but independent wrestling is a little different because a lot of those are not they're not contracted wrestlers a lot of times.
Yeah, and some of them just work together a lot anyway.
Exactly. So they're not really contracted wrestlers, so you can't really say they work for that company a lot of times. They come in when they need them, and but
Yeah.
but but yeah. So I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
you got Trick Williams.
Mm-hmm. You have Joe Hendry there?
As much as I want to see Trick Williams win, I just don't see. I will be pleasantly surprised if Trick Williams wins.
Mm-hmm.
But just from history wise, I don't think the wrestling gods that they say will let this happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Joe Hendry winning and
Yeah.
retaining his belt.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say one thing? If Joe Hendry were to lose, I think this is the time.
Yeah, but then where does Trick Williams go? He's gonna be on TNA wrestling more.
Yeah.
And he was
I
just
mean, he has been on TNA.
yeah, but people talking about him going to the main roster.
Yeah.
So now he can't go to the main roster now if he's on TNA wrestling. I mean, he can, but that's a lot of that's a lot of back and forth. If you're going to the main roster, you're going to TNA, you're going to NXT. I mean, he can do it, but that's a lot. So, I mean, do I want him to win it? Sure. Be nice little surprise, nice little change of pace for everybody in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It let everybody know that anybody can win a belt. It doesn't matter if you're signed or not. But that'll hold Trick back from going to the main roster though, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll win a world championship, but main roster spot that looks like people. I know people talking about him going to the main roster for months now.
Mm-hmm.
After he lost the NXT Championship the first time, or last time rather, he'd been talking about him going to the main roster, especially as because he hadn't won it recently.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm going with Joe Hendry to retain his belt.
Mm-hmm. But so that's what you're gonna say?
Yeah, and maybe how about this? Maybe some TNA wrestlers may come out to make sure Trick Williams don't win because they understand that if Trick Williams wins, he may not be on TNA wrestling. He don't have to be on TNA wrestling unless he has to be.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some TNA wrestlers come out to save Joe Hendry because he don't want him to lose.
Mm-hmm.
They may not like him, But they don't want Trick Williams to have it either.
And also, I'm saying it's not really like a prediction, but I think Trick Williams is gonna go into like a more heelish side in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Considering he kind of is the heel in this feud.
Yep.
But yeah, of this what you gonna say?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. For the next match on the card is Stephanie Vaquer versus Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Um, so using the same logic, wait, never mind. Jordynne Grace is in NXT.
She's in NXT now 4 times. She's not in TNA anymore.
Shoot, I can't use that logic anymore. So I might actually say Jordynne Grace, but just to try have a better chance at being right, I'm gonna say Stephanie Vaquer retains.
So you going Stephanie?
Yep.
Man, this is a tough one because I like both of them. I mean, Stephanie's probably my favorite too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's probably my favorite in NXT right now. And then probably Stephanie, then Soul Ruca, then Jada Parker's probably my top three.
Yeah, Jada Parker is probably my favorite person from NXT.
Yeah, like she's came a long way since she first started.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephanie Vaquer, I watched her. I watched a few AAA wrestling events that she was in, and I've been liking her since then. And then she came to AEW, and then she was there for a little while, and then she's in NXT right now.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a while, but this is a tough match because it's Jordynne Grace, the Juggernaut. She is not a slouch one bit.
No.
So the problem is, can Stephanie stop Jordynne Grace from doing her moves on her? Because if she can't beat Jordynne Grace.
You don't think so?
Now she can't stop her from doing her moves. If Jordynne Grace gets her moves in, it's a wrap. There's not many women in wrestling, period, who can beat Jordynne Grace if she gets all her moves in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to stop her from getting all her moves in. So Stephanie's gonna just slow her down, kind of like you would if you're a face. Oh, excuse me. Kind of how you would if you're facing a bigger wrestler in WWE. You know, you don't want them to get their hands on you. You want to slow them down. You know, you slow their momentum down, and then you make them beat them.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like when Rey Mysterio beat the Big Show. You know, like when you fight Brock Lesnar, or when you fight different big guys. You know, you don't want them to grab you. You want to kind of stay away from them.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want them to get all their moves in. If you get all their moves in, you're done. You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like when Brock, like got topic, but when Brock Lesnar's wrestling, or you know, Big E or Mark Henry, Big Show, Paul White, whatever you want to call him, Jordynne Grace she's not a big wrestler, but she's a strong wrestler, and she falls in that kind of category. Well, she's probably one of the strongest women. I mean, she power lifts, she did bodybuilding, so that's why she's called a juggernaut for a reason. I mean, she's not that she didn't get that nickname for no reason. You know, I mean, so if Stephanie can keep her from getting her moves in, she's gonna win. So, and Stephanie being a veteran too, I think. Here's the thing. This is a tough one because Jordynne Grace could easily win this match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But she's already lost. Who do you go with?
Stephanie.
See, that's the problem. I don't want to pick against Stephanie because she's my favorite wrestler right now. I don't want to pick against her, but I just got a feeling Jordynne Grace may win this. Now you know I'm gonna stick to my wrestler. I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vaquer because she's a veteran. She's gonna pull some moves out. She's a luchadora. She's high flyer. Usually high flyers can do good against bigger wrestlers. Keep them off their feet.
Yep.
You know, keep them grounded. So I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vaquer for the win to retain her belt.
That's what you're gonna say for that?
Yeah.
Right.
But I wonder. Here's the thing though, real quick, off topic, not off topic, but Worlds Collide is next month, right?
Wait, is
It's
it? Oh
two
yeah.
weeks. 2 weeks from now, right? It's when Money in the Bank is, right?
Yeah, it's like June 7th. I'm pretty
June 7th. That's 2 weeks from now.
sure.
I wonder if they're going to start incorporating AAA wrestlers because this would be the perfect event to do it in.
Yeah. Wait, this one or Worlds Collide?
This one, no. I'm saying this would be the perfect time to start the feud for Worlds Collide.
So you think someone comes out?
This is where I think somebody might come out and maybe not interfere in the match, but the post match.
Yeah, there has been a lot of posts.
Because you gotta think too, Stephanie Vaquer used to wrestle in AAA.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of enemies in AAA wrestling that she used to wrestle and she beat for belts. So I'm sure they want their get back on her. And now she's a world champion or NXT champion. What better thing to do now than to beat her and wrestle her for a belt?
Yep.
And Stephanie Vaquer, she's gonna be part of Worlds Collide.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, that was behind Triple H is gonna be part of Worlds Collide. Outside of maybe Rey Mysterio because he's hurt, which sucks because he's probably the most famous luchador in the entire world in history, probably.
Yeah, and he probably would have gone for like a big title like that.
Nah, he would have just been like one of the main events.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rey Mysterio is probably the most famous, most well-known wrestler of luchador in history. Even if you don't know wrestling, you know the name Rey Mysterio. That's just one of those names that people just knows. You know, like The Rock, Stone Cold. You don't even gotta be a wrestling fan to know those names.
Yeah, a lot of my friends that don't even watch wrestling can just name Rey Mysterio.
Exactly. So I hopefully he's back by then. But the way that injury looked, it doesn't look good that he's gonna be back. He may not be back this year the way it looks. Maybe he may come out and make an appearance, but it sucks that he's not gonna be there.
Yeah, the injury looked gnarly.
Yeah, especially he was on the ground for the whole entire match. Didn't even try to get up. When they don't get up, that's how you know it's bad when they don't even get up off the ground. Don't even try to walk back to the back or anything. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, Stephanie Vaquer, I think she's gonna retain. Somebody's gonna come out interfering in the post match, attack her, and it's gonna start a feud for Worlds Collide because they gotta start that up. Because why not? Yeah. And then the main rosters got called Santos and all of them. They just announced they're arresting somebody. Yeah. Hold these process. Somebody came on next SmackDown and did that. Because I mean, Pagano, we're getting off topic a little bit, but Pagano, he's like the king of hardcore in Mexico. Yeah. And then Psycho Clown, he's a good wrestler. Yeah. And then Dr. Wagner, him and Santos already has a feud already, spanning back years. So yeah. that should be good. That should already be good right there. Just their history alone. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna say for that?
Yep, that's it.
All right, and for the main event, it's Oba Femi versus Myles Borne for the NXT Championship.
little Randy Orton.
Yep. But so like, I mean, I don't mean to doubt Myles Borne, but like, it's Oba Femi. So like, wait, is Oba Femi already beat the longest NXT ring on it?
I don't know who had it.
I don't know. It feels like it would be like Adam Cole or Finn Balor. Wait, it's Finn Balor, right?
Was it Finn Balor?
Yeah.
Hideo?
I don't know.
Hideo maybe? Finn Balor maybe? Yeah. I can't remember.
Either way, I think Oba Femi is pretty close, so I think he's gonna go for that. So I don't see him losing to Myles Borne, especially Myles Borne.
Plus, you gotta remember what happened on NXT when I can't think of the guy's name, the one who just won LFW.
LFW?
Yeah, you know something.
Oh yeah, that guy. I've seen him before, but I forgot his name.
I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, I was looking at the highlight of it too earlier.
Yeah, he's probably gonna wrestle Oba Femi.
Yeah, or he's gonna come out and do something else in the match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, go ahead.
I think he comes out post match though.
Maybe post match. Cause
he has to wrestle Oba Femi. He's about the size of Oba Femi anyways.
Yep. And Oba Femi not gonna let that slide. You attacked him and left him laying on the ground like that? He didn't let that slide? Yeah. Not at all.
And especially because he was really good on LFG. If you watch LFG, he
exactly.
was really good.
Exactly. So But yeah. So who you got? Who you got for the win?
Oh, I have Oba Femi. No,
Oba Femi?
hands down, yeah.
No comments toward Myles Borne or anything.
Well, yeah, he's been getting a lot better, but it's not gonna be a squash match. He's gonna get a bunch of offense
No, it's not
in.
gonna be a squash match at all. I have no idea. It's no chance it's a squash match.
Yeah, they wouldn't do Myles Borne like that.
No.
But Myles Borne, a great technical
I mean,
wrestler.
technically, Myles Borne could win this match.
Mm,
I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, especially in NXT.
name some.
Kevin Owens beating Sami Zayn in his first match.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't know you're going to that deep.
Finn Balor debuting.
You're doing black and gold.
You asked me. You. I'm just saying. Tommaso Ciampa attacking Johnny Gargano after the credits roll. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and then don't forget. You got Dark State. They're gonna be there. Are they with somebody else or are they with themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen crazier things happen in NXT before.
Yep.
You know, I mean, heck, we got TNA wrestlers in NXT wrestling. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it would be a surprise, but I wouldn't be surprised if Myles Borne beat Oba Femi. Yeah. Especially the way he's hyped. They've been hyping him up. Mm-hmm. You know.
And it looks like he's gonna go on a solo run for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Charlie Dempsey kind of being jealous of him, wanting his role and all that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't see him winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did win. I'm gonna go Oba Femi. I like Oba Femi.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite guy wrestlers in NXT as well. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, I'm gonna go Oba Femi winning, retaining. I just can't. I can't see Myles Borne right now beating Oba Femi. He may be a future world champion.
Because, but not a champion right now.
Not right now, because he wrestles so much like Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. I mean, he does almost everything like similar to Randy Orton outside of the RKO. Mm-hmm. I mean, he does a lot of moves, the way he walks, the way his wrestling style. I mean, yeah, drop kicks.
Yeah, he does drop kicks just like.
That's what I'm saying. It looks so similar to Randy Orton. I wonder if he's doing it on purpose or it's just the way, just naturally how he is.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So I just wonder if that's just naturally how he is or if he actually, like, watched Randy Orton to, like, become more like Randy Orton, kind of like Kobe did with Jordan.
Mm-hmm. If it's naturally, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how Kobe watched so much Jordan film mm-hmm. that he actually started playing like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's kind of like that, where Myles Borne watched so much Randy Orton that he just started wrestling like Randy Orton. Yeah. Or was it just naturally? That's just how he just naturally wrestles. I wonder. Mm-hmm. You know, but however it is, he wrestles similar to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You know, same walk, same demeanor. You know, I want to see them interact with each other at least once.
Yeah.
You know, on the main roster, or if Randy Orton comes back down to NXT like he did when he wrestled Javon Evans. Mm-hmm. But like I said, he will be a future world champion, just not a champion right now. Just don't see it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's gonna be a world champion eventually, but just not right now. So I'm gonna go with Oba Femi to retain. Maybe something happens post match. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna expect something to happen post match. If nothing does happen, be kind of disappointed.
Yeah, and it's the main event. And well, probably the main event.
No, it will be the main event. What else gonna be main event?
Trick versus Joe.
No. On the NXT show? No.
Yeah.
Unless the NXT Championship wasn't defended, that's no way that's gonna headline over an NXT Championship match.
I guess.
No way near. No way. But yeah, so I got Oba Femi winning. That.
Yeah.
Anything else you got for it?
Nope.
That's it?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Anything you want to add?
Hold on. Let me thoroughize this match real quick. You think Charlie Dempsey or any of them get involved?
They may. I think. Okay, here's the thing. I think what's gonna happen with that is this is my thing. I think they're gonna try to come out with him.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna send them back.
And he's gonna tell him to go back to the back.
Yeah.
Because he wants to do it on his own.
Mm-hmm.
It was just what the whole no quarter catch crew is for anyways. They're supposed to be like that. I think Charlie Dempsey's kind of got to take that as disrespect. Like he don't want me out there. He's too good for me, which may end up breaking them up or like you said before, getting Myles Borne on a solo run, get him kicked out the group.
Yeah.
But don't know how that's gonna work. But yeah,
that's it.
You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. So that being said, I'm Ben.
I'm back.
It's been an episode of Tag Team Talk.